Hi friends, today we are going to see demo on Snowflake Metallized View. If you have not gone through my recent blog on Snowflake Metallized View on Medium, I would suggest to please go through that once. I have captured much more detail in my blog. This demo is going to concentrate on hands-on on different type of Metallized View, that is unsecured Metallized View, which is a default one, and the secured Metallized View. So let's switch on to demo. So I have pre-created the scripts so that I don't invest much time on the writing or typing the scripts code. So I have connected with my account and I'm connected with account admin. Today I'm going to use the demo DB, which is an existing database, but I will create a new schema, Metallized View demo on the same database, and then I will put everything on top of that, so that at the end I will get easy to do the cleanup. So let's use the demo DB. Hopefully I don't have the schema with the same name. Yep. Let's create the schema. Okay, it is selected. So I have a warehouse selected, database selected, and the schema selected. So today I'm going to use the stored table from the sample database. So I will create a copy of the stored table in my current schema, Metallized View demo DB schema. So my table is created on the local schema. So I can see, okay, I have 1500 records in the table. So now I'm going to create an unsecured view on top of the table. So basically my Metallized View is very simple. I'm just selecting everything. Now my Metallized View is created. So let's select from Metallized View and see how many records we have in Metallized View. So you can see, yeah, we have 1500 record as we have that in the table, and the structure is also same as the table because our view is simple. As of now, there will be, I think, old records. So you can see the time. This function will basically give you the last refresh and how many credits you have used and for which view. So this function will give you the details of the credits used by a particular refresh and when that refresh was happened. But whenever the refresh was happened, this table will contain a latency of 1 hour. So it is not going to give you an immediate details of the recent refresh, but all the refresh which is like 1 hour old, you can see the details over here. You can also query the account uses and Metallized View refresh history view, but this view contains the details of 3 hours old data, not the recent one. Yep, these are all the old record when I was preparing for this demo, so you can ignore those. So as of now, if you query show view, you will see what all view you have in the current schema. So as of now, I have created one view which is store MV. You can see it is in database demo DB. The name of the schema is Metallized View demo, and the owner is account admin. You can also see the other details like what is the text, because this is not secure, so you can see everything. And even I am the owner, so I can see always everything. Whether it's a secured, it says false. If it's a secured one, it will see true. Is Metallized View, it says true, because this show view will also give you the information for normal view and Metallized View both. So basically this flag distinguishes between Metallized View versus normal view. And if you want to see much more detail also about the numbers of records, when it was refreshed, how much it is behind with the table, you have to query the show Metallized View like and the Metallized View name. So here you will see that when it was created and how many numbers of records you have, what is the size of the data, and yep, what is the status of this your Metallized View, whether it's a invalid or not or valid. So when you say false, means it's valid, and if it's invalid, what is the reason? And most important column is behind by. Basically this column will give you an information like how much your Metallized View is behind if any DML operation has been done on your table. Because we have not done any DML operation on our table, we are seeing as a 0 second, but the moment we will do the DML operation, so going forward in the coming demo, you will see that when we do the DML operation on the table, you will see that this will change with the some times over here, how much it is behind by. And we have already seen, yeah, automatic clustering is basically you can do the clustering on the MATLAB view, and if you opt for automatic clustering, this will be turned to on. And if you want to see that what is the structure of your MATLAB view, like what is the column details and everything, data type, you can just go and do the describe MATLAB view. Okay, sorry, I have a wrong view name here. Let me do again. Yep. Now you can see that all the columns of the MATLAB view, what is the data type and all those details. Furthermore, on the nitty-gritty of the MATLAB view, you can use the describe MATLAB view. Now say I want to delete 100 records out of 1500 records from my stored table, and then I want to query the MATLAB view, and I will show you the details. So now 100 records had been deleted. Let's go and query the stored table. You can see here we have 1500 records. So earlier it was 1500 records. After deleting 100 records, we have 1400 records. Now let's go and see the show MATLAB view, how it is, how much time it is behind, like how much. So here you can see that the rows still says 1500 because your MATLAB view is not refreshed. As I suggested also on the my blog, that whenever you do a DML operation, the base table, it's not necessary that immediately it will get reflected because it is not a manual effort. MATLAB view refreshed was taken care by Snowflake, and it is done by background job, and it is scheduled one, and it's not always like whenever you do a DML operation it will immediately trigger the refresh operation. But this doesn't make any difference for you as an end user, because no matter what, whether it is refreshed or not, you will always get the latest data if you query. Because how Snowflake works is like, if you see that certain partition are not up to date, it will skip those partition and query the base table for those partition, and it will always give you the latest recent data. So here if you go and if you remember at the beginning, we see that it was behind by 0 second. Now you can see it's behind by 4 minutes. So that's the difference. So once your MATLAB view is refreshed, and once you see the records over here for your current MATLAB view, then at that moment your behind by will again become 0 second. So that was how you will see the details and other thing about the MATLAB view. But you can also do the alter MATLAB view. Say you have created MATLAB view, and because of some reason you have to rename the MATLAB view. So you can also do the alter table MATLAB view and rename your MATLAB view here. And say if you want to add some comment for your better understanding for the future, you can also add the comment by doing the alter. So there are lots of other details. For more details, you can go on Snowflake documentation, and you can see further what else alter statement you can run on top of your MATLAB view. Let's switch to lab 2, where I'm going to create a secure MATLAB view and wanted to showcase you what is the benefit you are going to get with the secure MATLAB view. So for safer side, I'm just selecting the demo DB and MATLAB view demo. I'm going to create a secure MATLAB view. So the only difference between the normal MATLAB view or the default MATLAB view and the secure MATLAB view, that I am using the secure keyword on the syntax point of view. So there is no special thing I have to do. So now secure view is created. Let's query. Hopefully that will have 1400 records because I have deleted 100 records from the base table. Now if I go and show view, it will show me the difference between two views. That if you see here, I have added the comment that we don't have any comment on the secure view. And second thing is secure view column has changed the value from false to true. Now this view is secure, but still I'm able to see the code or the syntax or the definition of the view because I'm the owner. Owner can see everything. Other than owner, even though you have the uses of that view, but still you will not able to see the definition of that MATLAB view. So let's see those details later on. So if I go on MATLAB view again, you can see that this table has 1400 record and behind by 0 seconds and everything. So all those more detail. Let's create one dummy user. So let's go on user and create one dummy user. So let me create dummy user. Let's make the life simple. Anyways, I'm going to drop this user. Okay, so I have created the user. Let's see whether we have any role with the same name. No. So let's create a new role so that I can grant the privilege on that role, and then later on I can assign those roles to particular user. So let me grant the warehouse so that I can use the warehouse in this user. Let's grant the all the schemas on this MATLAB view. Schema means like grants all the things. Let's grant this role to public. Let's go here and connect with the dummy user which I have created. So this is just a dummy user. I have not created any security or something. This is good for my demo. Later on I am going to drop this user and everything just after this demo. So we are good. So you can see here that okay, so I can see the compute warehouse, I can see the demo DB, and I can have a MATLAB view as well as schema. So if I go and refresh here and then just click here and select this, I don't see any table over here, neither the MATLAB view. Why? Because we have not given the grant specifically here to see the MATLAB view. So let's give that again. So now I'm giving the select on all the tables on the schema and select on the MATLAB view. Now let's go here and refresh again. Now you can see that I can see the table, base table, and the MATLAB view as well. So let's grab some code from here so that I don't have to write again. Let's go here and copy this one. Okay. So if I go here, if you remember, I was able to see the syntax of the MATLAB view, but now if you see here, I don't see anything. So this column is blank. So this, what does this mean is like only the owner can see the definition of the MATLAB view, but if it's secured, and other user other than the owner of that MATLAB view will not able to see anything. And if it's unsecured, any user will see the definition of the thing. But you have to keep one thing in the mind, that when you make the MATLAB view as secure, you are also adding a penalty of performance, like because the secure view has to do some extra stuff to make it secure, and that adds a penalty on the performance. So if you don't have any requirement specifically to make it secure, always use the unsecured view, and if you have a specific requirement, then only switch to secure mode. Alright, so guys, thanks for watching this video.